Hello, happy Friday, you guys. How are we doing today? I'm sorry I'm a couple minutes late for today's live. It's just been one of those weeks where things just don't go how you think they're going to. So this is day 5 of my 7-day video challenge. If this is your first time watching this week, I am doing a 7-day video challenge, so I've gone live every day this week so far. I have 2 days left after today. And then I'm going on and just answering a variety of different prompts given to me by my coach. And so today's is what my biggest fear is. If you missed any of the other lives from this week, I would encourage you to go back and watch them. They've all been pretty interesting, just a good opportunity for you guys to get to know me a little bit better and learn what I'm about. And yeah, someone asked me the other day how this is going, like how this challenge is going and how I'm feeling about it. I will say that it's been definitely challenging. It's a challenging challenge. It has been hard for me to show up every single day. And what's interesting is that because I am committed to doing this challenge and that I've gone all in on it, I am making myself show up, but it just shows me that all the other times that I've, said, oh, I want to do a live, or I want to do a video, or I want to film this reel, and then I always find reasons to not do it. This challenge is really opening my eyes to the fact that it's really all about mindset, and that's really why I committed to doing this, was just the mindset challenge of it, holding myself accountable for doing something that I said I was going to do, and just being open to the experience. I'm not wearing any makeup today. Like, it's definitely like I'm not dressed up or anything by any means, so I can tell that like my like how much I care has gone down throughout the week, as far as like feeling the need to get all done up, and I'm totally comfortable with just showing up as myself and being myself on these live videos. So I think it's overall been really interesting challenge to do. I don't know how I feel about going live every single day. I don't think it's something I'll continue to do, but I definitely want to get in the routine of going live at least once a week. I think once a week would be a good goal for me once this challenge is over. So anyways, hi everyone who's joined. Go ahead and let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to know. I know I have followers from all over the place, so I would just love to know where you're watching from, and just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. So today the prompt is talking about what my biggest fear is. Again, just like all the other questions this week have been, it's hard to pick just one thing to talk about. But the one thing I have chosen to talk about as being my biggest fear has to do with my children. And so if I had to narrow it down to one fear that I have, and it being the biggest one, it's that I am terrified to negatively affect my children in any way. So I am very conscious about trying to minimize any kind of trauma or toxicity in their life. Really trying to parent consciously. I don't know if you're familiar with the term conscious parenting, but if I had to put a label on what my parenting style is, I would put that label on it. So what does that look like? So that looks like, I talked about this a little bit in a video earlier this week, but that looks like talking to them as if they are equals, right? Not talking down to them, trying to honor their feelings. So when they are expressing big emotions and big feelings, not trying to shut them down, but trying to let them move through them, let them feel all the emotions, telling them that those emotions are okay, allowing them to be upset, to be sad, to be happy, for them to understand that they are allowed to feel all their feelings and that all feelings are valid. Let's see, what else? Trying to make sure that I minimize any toxicity in their life, and that means not only people, but exposure to toxins in our environment, all of the making sure that all of the things that they use are chemical free, as far as like their toys and their paints and their clothing and all that kind of stuff. Is it 100% perfect all the time? No, but I definitely do my best to seek out the best non-toxic options whenever possible. Same thing with their diet, making sure that they're eating well. But as I mentioned on a video earlier this week, not having rules around food. So for example, this morning they found these healthy lollipops that we had left over from Halloween, and they're small little lollipops just made from natural fruit. But they wanted a lollipop this morning at, I think it was like 8:30 in the morning. And you know what? It's like, that's fine, because of the big scheme of things, Is it a huge deal that, I mean, it's not something they do every day. Is it a big deal if they have a small lollipop? And mind you, my kids never finish them. They like will walk around with them most of the day, but they don't actually like eat them. They just like carrying them around and getting them in their hair and getting them all over the place. So as far as food, just really trying to minimize any food rules. No food is good or bad, just trying to help them make good choices. And as they get older, helping them understand that like when we eat this way, we feel this way. And when we eat this way, we may not feel as good. So helping them understand that they have the power to choose to make choices for food that's going to be best for them. I'm a big believer in that. And then also kind of talking further on the lollipop situation, but just in general, you know, one of the parenting techniques that I really believe in is like stepping back in any situation when there's something that they want to do or something they want to play with, or even if the thing might seem annoying. Like, for example, my son went through a phase where he would throw all the cushions on the couch in the living room off the couch. And he would just do that every single day. And yeah, was it annoying to constantly pick up the couch pillows? Yes. But in the big scheme of things, is he hurting anyone? No. Is he hurting himself? No. Is there any negative consequences besides my own annoyance or frustration? No. And so we always try to, what we're working on, you know, them and myself and their dad, as far as stepping back and just really looking at the situation and asking the question, is this hurting anyone? Is this hurting themselves? And if the answer is no, you know, most of the time, then it's not worth the argument of just don't do this because I said so. Like, I'm not a big believer in that. I think that there should always be valid reasoning, and also helping them understand reasoning. So that's another thing that we do. So I just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of context on what I mean by conscious parenting. So, and that's just only a few examples. I could go much more in depth, but that's not the point of this video. So yeah, if I had to narrow it down, my biggest fear would be just negatively impacting them anyway. So I am personally trying to be parent as consciously as possible, trying to minimize any trauma or toxicity in their life as far as people or other things. And that stems from just my own internal like love for children, and how much I truly believe that if we were better equipped as parents to raise our children better, then the world would be better. I mean, all adults started out as children, right? Obviously. So if their circumstances had been different, if they had been parented differently, it just makes me wonder how much we could shift this world if everyone parented more consciously and paid attention to things like that. So I feel very passionately about helping children when they are children, so that we don't have to try to help them as adults when they are walking around as adults but still acting like children. It's a lot easier to in my mind, to help them create good habits and things like that when they're younger. Yeah, that stems from that. And then also the fact that like I did not have a good upbringing, which I've, you know, talked about a little bit here and there on these videos this week. And so part of it for me too is like trying to avoid the negative aspects of my own upbringing with them. So trying to just, make sure that they feel loved, make sure that they feel heard and seen, all the things that I don't feel like I was given. And going back to the food as well, I also was brought up in a very like food is good or bad. We lock the food cabinets, you know, comments about my weight and my body, really trying to minimize all of that as well. So I'm not by any means trying to make it sound like I am a perfect parent. I know that I'm not. I think there are some things that I do really well, and I think there's other things, just like all of us, that I need to work on. But yeah, I just thought I would come on here and talk a little bit about that for today. So if you guys have any questions, if you want to talk more about conscious parenting, I would love to hear if you want to share what some of your biggest fears are, if you want to drop them in the comments, and we can continue the conversation. But other than that, we made it to Friday. So excited for the weekend. If you guys have any weekend plans, also drop those in the comments. Would love to hear about them. And I will be back tomorrow for day 6. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.